Hi everybody, Angie here, coming on with a little fun, easy tutorial with you guys on a project that I've made. This is my adorable little flip pocket with acetate window. Such a cutie, so easy to make. I thought we would make one together today. Okay, we will go through that a little bit more when we're done. Let's get the make done first, and then we'll come back and show the two. Now on this one, well, let me explain this first. I recently shared a video with you guys on some washi stickers that I purchased. And I made a comment saying don't throw the backings away because they come in handy for making specimen cards and acetate windows, things like that. And I thought today would be the day that we would actually put one of these to use. Okay, and this is all it is. It's just the backing to a washi sticker. I mean, it's something that we would so easily think to discard, but you know, in our crafting world, you never know what's going to come in handy. So always think twice before you throw something away. Okay, now on this one, it was a square sticker, so I thought we would use a different shape this time, so we're going to do the rectangle. Okay, this project is really, really easy. All you need is one 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, your little piece for your acetate window, and some washi tape, maybe a couple little pieces to decorate it. It's going to be really quick and really easy. Okay, like I said, this is 8.5 by 11 digital, and we're just going to cut that in half. Excuse me, throat's a little dry here. So we're going to go on the long way, and we're going to cut it at 4 1/4. And I'm going to try and get it straight. Let's check that. And if we have to clean it up, yeah, so a little bit off there, as you can see. But once we get the project in together, we'll trim that off, okay? So it's going to come together really, really easily, guys. We're going to take one piece and we're going to fold it on itself, and just fold it in half. Okay, and that is going to be our back and our front flip. Okay, then we're going to take this one and we're going to tuck it in, butt it right up to that fold. Okay, line up your edges, and then we're going to give that a fold right at that edge. Okay, now we could just fold this in half, but sometimes paper tends to push itself out, so I prefer to do it this way. And then just give it a little crease. And it still ends up being the same, but I just like to make sure. Okay, so what that's going to do is that's going to be our back for the inside lining. Okay, our inside lining there. Okay, and then we got to make our pocket with this portion. So all we're going to do there is fold it in half and butt it up at the bottom. And what that does is gives you a double layer for your pocket and strengthens that pocket, just like that. So we've got one piece that looks like this and one piece that looks like that. Okay, really, really easy. So let's close this down. And this is going, like I said, it's going to be our pocket. Okay, really, really easy. Little strings going there. Okay. And then this is going to get glued in down to the inside lining there. But before we do that, we have to create our acetate window. Okay. And all I did for that was I took the shape of my acetate window and kind of figured out where I wanted it positioned. And so that's going to be my front. So I just eyeballed it. So try to center it where I want it. Once I get it in place, hold it down, and I just took a pencil and just kind of get my corner started. and did a little template so I know where to cut out my window. Okay, just like that. Okay, then open it up and just use a X-Acto knife or something. And I use my finger blade and I just cut that window out, okay? Right on the line that I traced. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's well. I'm doing well. Okay, we're just going to cut this window out. Oops. Your finger straight so you get a straight cut. There we go. And clean up my corners. Just like that, okay? So that's going to be our window. I think I've got it positioned in a good spot. Now we're just going to do a quick wrap around to give our window a frame, and that will also strengthen that paper because it's just one thickness, okay? So to do that, we need to get our acetate window, and we're just going to line it, okay? And I'm just going to use my grid on this. And I don't know how well the camera's picking that up, but I'm just going to do a small, and I just brought in a couple matching coordinating colors of washi tape. Okay. And I'm going to do about, come in over the acetate about 1/4 of an inch. Try to. Try and keep it straight, and I'm just going to go all the way around. Okay, and we're going to frame that acetate window with washi tape. And I know I'm cutting off more than I need, but that's okay. We'll clean it up afterwards. And I feel like this one is a little crooked, so I'm going to adjust this one just a tad. Okay. Now I'm going to clean up my edges. And then from there, you just have to decide. This washi tape is, it's a little more than 1/2 an inch, not quite 3/4 of an inch. You have to decide if that width of a frame is good for you, if you've cut yourself and allowed yourself enough room for that size of a frame, or if you need to trim it down. I already know I don't want my frame to be that wide, so I want to trim mine down. Okay, so from here I'm just going to grab my ruler. I'm going to use the lines on my grid. I'm just going to come in, I think I want about that much of a frame all the way around. And this is some thick washi, so I'm going to cut it a couple times. Just like that. And I'm just eyeballing it, so I'm going to try and get it the same all trim it down. And that side looks a little bit wider, doesn't it? And that's what you get, pardon my head. That's what you get for eyeballing things, but who wants to measure? Not me most of the time. Okay. Pardon my head one more time. Okay, and I'm just going to take off a sliver, so it does look a little wide on this side. Okay. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. Okay, now we're ready to place our window down. So we're going to carefully pick this whole piece up all as one unit. Oops, see, it slipped on me. So I need to fix that. There we go. See, and the problem is on this is we know that washi tape is repositionable. So every time I touch it and pick it up, and plus this is glitter washi tape, so it's not sticking. That makes it even more difficult to stick. So we need to glue my corners down. There we go. And let's do the other corners while we're at it. Okay, now let's hope that we can get it all up as one piece. Working very carefully. And there we've got our acetate window. So now I just flip it over. Okay, and now I'm going to put some glue down. You don't want to be too heavy with that because it's just going to ooze out, so just be careful. And now I'm going to put it down this way so I can try to get it straight. And pardon my head. And that's about as straight as I'm going to get it, I think. Now from here, I didn't do it on my prototype, but if you wanted to, you could bring in more tape. And let me grab my scissors here. And we could line the inside of our acetate window. And I'm just kind of eyeballing this here again. Line it up. And down we go. I think that might be a little long. Not too bad, but my cut is crooked, so let's clean that up just a bit. Okay. And we're just going to do this just so you can get a, and I won't even bother trimming these inside flaps down. And that's barely gonna fit. Guess we're gonna have to trim this one down. But like I said, I did not do it on the prototype. I am okay with leaving that exposed. Totally up to you. Okay. And I'm not getting it exactly perfect, just for time's sake of the video. I'm going to trim this one down a little bit also. And we're going to line these corners up, line the edges up. And then I just have to trim a little bit off here. Okay, well, I'm off just a smidge, but there we go. Now we've got our nice acetate window. Okay, now from there we're going to bring our second piece in, back in. Close up my glue. Okay, now this is going to be our inside lining. Okay, so we're ready to put that down. So get our edges nice and straight, and remember we're going to have to trim that off. We already knew about that, and I think I want to trim it off of this side, so I'm going to come this way. Okay, and then we're going to glue this down. I use glue stick for this. And down we go. Okay, so let's close this up, and we can trim off that little excess off of the edge. Clean that edge up. There we go. And then we can close up our pocket. Run a strand of glue there. And this side's a little crooked also. We need to clean up this side. And that's just because of I think my blade on my paper cutter needs to be sharpened. There we go. And as you can see, it looks like it's a little bit wider on this side, so I'm just going to take a sliver off of this side. just a little bit. Yeah, I think that looks better. See, there we go. Now we've got our flip pocket with our acetate window. Really quick, really easy. One 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and a little washi tape. Look at there. So then we flip it up. Okay, well, you'd be neater than I am, but we've got the inside of our flap, then we've got our pocket right here. So now let's bring in a little ink, and I don't have a red, so we're just gonna go with, I have Tattered Rose, but I don't think that's gonna show up too well on this paper. Let me just test it. It might look nice. Let's go around the front. And we're gonna kind of bring it in kind of far. So I just had a thought. I think I'm gonna bring that in, and then I'm still gonna go around with some vintage photo. I think that will look really pretty. The pink will accent the washi tape color that I chose. Coordinate that. And then the vintage photo I think will look nice as well, overlaid on top. Oops. So I'm just kind of trying to bring that ink in a little bit further than normal. It's very pretty. I don't know how well the camera's picking that up, but it really is so soft. It's so pretty. I like it. And let me see if I have a piece of scrap paper. Bring a little ink to the inside of the pocket edge. Okay, very nice. And we will come around the inside as well. And of course, do as much inking as you see fit. There we go. I like that. And then I'm going to bring in a little vintage photo as well. I think that will look nice. Yep. Again to the inside of the pocket edge. And I need to throw a little more ink on that corner. I'm sorry, a little more glue on that corner. And there we go. We've got a really cute, simple flip pocket with the acetate window. Okay, and then the way I did this one is you want to display something that's going to look pretty, like you're looking through a window. And on this one, I did a little girl, and she was looking this way, so I feel it's like she's looking at something. So I did the little air bits and just put a butterfly like she's looking out the window. I put her on the inside, and I put the butterfly on the outside, like she's inside looking out. Just use the word element, okay? Then from here, this is going to be flipping open and closed, and this is just one thickness, okay? So what I did there is I didn't measure, just did about a 1/2 inch fold, and I folded that over just to strengthen that flap, seal it up. Okay, bring a little more ink, and there we go. So then we've got that bit there, so now we need to make our closure. And for that, all I did was used a piece of scrap paper. Let's see if this is big enough. I think it is. That might be a little small. You know what? We'll use this. And we're gonna fold that on itself. Just get 2 paper thickness. Okay. So just use any scrap that you have laying around. Then we're going to bring in some more glue because we're working with washi tape, and we want to make sure it's going to stick. And I have this coordinating, but it's a thin, so I'm going to have to put a few stripes down. Put those right up next to one another. Okay, there we go. Find the end. And I'm just going to do enough strips so I can cut myself a little 1-inch circle for my closure. And that should be enough. Yep. All right, and then I got my 1-inch circle punch. And sometimes it cuts, and sometimes it doesn't. And you would figure on camera it's not cutting. Okay, we're going to try that again. We're going to get another piece. And I think it's just because the glue, but we're going to try that again. Bring in some more glue. I love projects like these because they're small enough to where you can use up scraps and washi tape. Anytime I can use up washi tape, it makes me happy. Some of this washi tape I have literally had for about 10 years. And I really can't justify buying anymore until I've used up what I've got. And you know, washi tape, it's repositionable to begin with, but once it gets old, it's even more difficult to use without making sure you use adhesive behind it, you know, a good adhesive behind it. Okay, so that's enough to cut out a circle. We're going to give that a second to take hold and not to be quite so sticky, and maybe it'll go through my, or I may have to just hand cut it by hand. Okay, let's see. Let me look at this. That looks like, look at that. That's 1 inch. You know what? I'm just gonna freehand it. I'm gonna back. So my pencil line will be on the inside. I'm gonna trace my circle. And I'm gonna cut it out. Always, what do they say? More than one way to skin a cat. Might be a little bit more wonky, but clean those. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to bring in a little ink to those white edges. We're going to put glue down on half of it, and that will serve as our closure. See if we can get it in the middle. There we go. Once that dries, that will go in like that. See, got a little glue on there. Okay, so there's our closure. And then you just do some light decorating, whatever you think or you feel at that given time. I did bring in this washi sticker again. I will keep the backing, but it's too big. Okay, but we cut it down, but I thought it would look cute because it's kind of the similar color as this. And you want something pretty showing through your window. So I like that. So I'm going to cut that down. Well, I don't want to cut down the plastic backing because I do reuse those. So I am going to pull this away. Well, it'll probably be easier. I'll just lose a little bit of it. We're going to cut that there. And that fits right there. So then we want to position it so it'll be straight where we want it. Okay, I'm going to turn this sideways here. Okay, I'm just going to use a pencil mark so I know right where I want that. Okay. Now getting this on here straight will be the test. How do I best do this? Because these are pretty sticky. Once they're down, I think it's going to be down. Okay, I think that's fairly straight. And I'm just gonna give that a little extra press. we go. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And then just bring in a few little decorations. Trying to see what I have in that color palette that I could use. Let me look in my little trinket plate here and see if there's anything on here. A pretty butterfly. Not much. Got a couple word elements. Maybe we could use one of those. I don't know. We'll leave those out for the moment. Okay, let's see what I've got here. I've got some more butterflies. I don't think I like that. I don't have too much. I'm trying to think of what I have in that color palette. Yeah, we could just do a flurry of butterflies. That would be very cute. Let me see if I have another one, real small one. I had some tiny ones. Kind of tiny. That'd be cute. Let's go with that. I like that. And do a little inking and you bring that down just a bit. But of course the decorating is completely up to you, depending on what journal you're going to put it in, where you're going to put it. Okay. Now this project would be great as a tip-in, you know, a clip-in. You can put it down as a pocket, as I will show you here momentarily, or just tuck it in. And I think I'm going to use wet glue on this one just because it's a cardboard butterfly, where the other ones were paper. Need something a little more sturdy. I do want to use that. Who doesn't like a windowed element on anything? Whether it be a tag, a pocket, a page. Look at that. Very cute. Okay, then when you open it up, you've got that. Got a nice little element there. That's ready for our goodies. I'm going to go ahead and use this. And maybe we'll bring in one more butterfly to the inside. just for added measure. Let's see what I've got here. Just a small one. Too big. Isn't that silly? I said a small one and I grab a big one. Oh, it's got some pink on it. That'll work. Okay. All right, there we go. And then from using this element, I've got this, so I will keep that. That will get repurposed into another project. And there we go, guys. That is our very cute pull that away just a bit. A little too much glue. There we go. Let's see. And that gets tucked in just like that. Okay, not bad project. Not a bad project at all. This one closes up like that. Okay, and you can adjust the size, as you can see, according to your needs. But all it takes is one 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, cut in half the long ways and folded it down to the size that you want. Okay, cut out your window, just frame it with a piece of washi tape to strengthen it. Okay, fold over the end to give yourself a nice sturdy flap. Once you've folded over your pocket, that gives yourself a nice good sturdy pocket, and then decorate it accordingly, leaving something pretty to be viewed through your window. Okay, give yourself a little closure if you want, but really you don't even need it. You could just leave it down like that. As you could see, it's a very flat, very neat project. You don't even really need a closure. Okay, now where is my journal? Let me grab my journal. Because I made one and put it in my journal here. And let me find it. Put this here. No. There we go. Okay, there's another one I made using a different digital washi tape, coordinating washi tape. Okay, and this one just kind of a bird themed. I put a nice pretty bird element behind the window, another little bird tab label, and a fussy cut a bird there. Then when you open it up, I line the inside of this one with another coordinating piece of washi, put another little washi along the edge, and there you go. Very simple and very cute. And then you also have a pocket there, okay, to stick a tag out, which I haven't filled that yet. But if you wanted to glue it on these sides, you can have yourself a side tuck on this side or the top, however you decide to put it down on your page. Okay, and then like I said, if you chose to, you could have it as a clip-in. You know, you could clip it in to a page like that. However, with a paper clip, whatever you want to do. Okay, very nice. Very easy project, guys. Okay, so that is it. That's my project for today. Flip up pocket with acetate window. So once you put it down, you've got either a top or a side loading pocket there, and then you've got a pocket there. Very cute, very fun, interactive, pretty element. Okay, so thank you so much for spending some time with me today, guys. I hope you liked the project. Please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you on the next video. Take care, God bless, and bye-bye.